I'm clear on my answer. I will not repeat the mistakes we've made in the past.
After the collapse of the capital city of Kabul, President Biden today defending his decision to pull American troops out of Afghanistan, now that the Taliban has taken over.
So I came to Afghanistan, and now this is what happened.
A man from Colorado who escaped Afghanistan once is now stuck there after he returned to visit his family.
Plus, we'll also hear from Colorado Congressman Jason Crow, a war veteran, on why the U.S. must keep that airport open. 4 o'clock at 9 News starts now.
I stand squarely behind my decision. After 20 years, I've learned the hard way that there was never a good time to withdraw U.S. forces.
President Biden spoke today with the world watching as the situation in Afghanistan unravels into a humanitarian, military, and political crisis. It's been 1 day since the president of Afghanistan fled the country and Taliban forces took over the capital of Kabul.
And the scenes there have been really hard to watch. After ordering the American troops from Afghanistan by the end of August, the president is now ordering thousands of troops to go back in to secure the airport and to facilitate evacuations. The chaos today was centered at the airport in Kabul. This video showing American Marines running through the airport to secure the American military planes out on the tarmacs and runways. Thousands of people desperately trying to board those planes, even cling to them to get to safety. American officials are saying that at least 7 people died today as they tried to hold on to those American military planes while they took off. President Biden was spending the weekend at Camp David meeting with his national security team. This afternoon, though, he came back to Washington at the White House, addressing the nation for the first time since the fall of Kabul, defending his decision to pull those troops from Afghanistan and acknowledging the collapse of the government happened much faster than anticipated.
I always promised the American people that I will be straight with you. The truth is, this did unfold more quickly than we had anticipated. So what's happened? Afghanistan political leaders gave up and fled the country. The Afghan military collapsed. American troops cannot and should not be fighting in a war and dying in a war that Afghan forces are not willing to fight for themselves.
The administration's allies and critics alike now demanding to know how they were so badly underestimating what would happen once they pulled those troops from Afghanistan. Many, of course, drawing those comparisons to Vietnam and the fall of Saigon.
Keep the Kabul airport open. That's the message from Colorado Congressman Jason Crow. The Democrat is also a former Army Ranger. This afternoon, he held a virtual event with former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright. Crow called on the U.S. to send more troops to the airport to help secure it so more Afghan allies can be evacuated. Congressman Crow also made it clear he thinks this evacuation should have started sooner.
Since April, I've been very clear that we should have started this evacuation months ago. And had we done that, tens of thousands of folks could have been brought to safety. It could have been done deliberately and methodically. And we think that that was a missed opportunity.
Madeleine Albright says the United States has a moral responsibility and a national security interest to protect Afghan allies. She says the protection of Afghan women, in particular, must be a top priority. A timeline for evacuating those U.S. citizens and allies remains unclear. They have to wait and see what happens next. And that includes Haroon Zarifi, his wife, and 2 daughters. The oldest is only 4 years old.
And they were supposed to return home to Denver next week. 9 News reporter Victoria De Leon talked to Zarifi today, who admitted it is hard to stay hopeful.
My wife and the whole family was kind of scared and crying and stuff. Just from Denver, I know 5 other families. They're in Afghanistan. Just want everyone to pray for us.
This is where Haroon Zarifi's family wants to be.
My children, which they have no idea what's going on.
But their home in Denver has been empty since June.
So I came to Afghanistan. My dad, he was sick. So I had to come here and I took him to India for almost a week. We came back to Afghanistan and I'm still here with my kids and my wife.
Monday morning, Haroon could only talk to us through a phone call.
And right now we are out of electricity. There's no power.
In the midst of chaos.
Now the airport is controlled by American, but it's out of controls. And Taliban is on the gate, and they're doing a blind shooting. So I couldn't give myself the courage to go closer for my own safety and my family.
Thousands of miles away from the violence is a quiet neighborhood, waiting for their return.
When I see these pictures, it's me and my older daughter when I was in my house in Denver. So I'm trying to think positive, but still I'm thinking like I'm not gonna go back anymore. Hopefully I can make it.
For now, it's unclear how much longer this house will miss its family.
We need help now as a citizen. It's our right to ask for help from the U.S.
Victoria De Leon, 9 News.
And Haroum actually first came to Denver in 2015 through the Afghan Special Immigrant Visas Program, which authorizes visas to Afghan nationals who are employed in Afghanistan by or on behalf of the American government. He says this was only his second time returning to his home country since moving to America 6 years ago.
The situation in Afghanistan, of course, is developing by the hour. We will continue to keep you updated on air and online on 9news.com. Right now, the Tri-County Health Department is holding a meeting to discuss a county-wide approach to masks in schools. So far, they have only recommended schools implement their own mask mandate, but left it up to individual districts to decide. It's the first day of school for kids in Cherry Creek, and they're requiring masks for preschool through 6th graders. Masks are strongly recommended for older students. Same goes for Adams 12 five-star schools. At Aurora Public Schools, masks are required starting today for all students in child development centers, elementary schools, and schools that are fully preschool through 8th grade. We have a crew at the meeting at the Tri-County Health Department right now. We'll keep you updated on decisions. Denver and Boulder counties have already instituted a county-wide mask mandate for their schools. Now, for more information on your district's reopening, text schools to 303-871-1491. We'll send you a full classroom guide, comeback guide. Coming back.
Got it.
COVID-19 is not just impacting schools in Colorado. It's a really different story in areas across the country.
And you know it's tough in Florida right now. That's where NBC's Sam Brock is, taking a look at the COVID-19 surge there.
The Delta variant surge is having an impact all over the country. Certainly we see it in the national numbers, where there's been a 700% increase in COVID cases just since early July. In the state of Florida, they've registered 150,000 COVID infections in 1 week in this state alone. And now the conversation shifts to what's going to happen in schools. We've already seen battles playing out between school districts in Texas, in Oklahoma, now here in South Florida as well. Miami is the 4th largest school district in the country, and we have health officials here that are going to be meeting at some point today to talk about whether or not they are going to defy the governor, Ron DeSantis, and implement a mandatory mask mandate anyway without an opt-out for parents. One reason why there is so much attention right now, Palm Beach County, which is about 90 minutes from where I am here, has 1 week of school in the books, and already 1,000 students have been put under a stay-at-home directive because they had exposure to COVID. 200 students had contracted it, roughly 50 employees within the school system. Alarm bells right now are up. People are concerned. This conversation over what's going to happen behind these doors is ongoing. Sam Brock, NBC News.